was good.
All right. Oh hell no! Welcome to the After Dark podcast, episode cinco. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. I said cinco.
If you don't like sparkling water, you're stuck in the Matrix.
Anyways, welcome to the After Dark podcast, number 4. I am your host. No longer is this gonna be straight pure white. It's like gonna look like a beached whale. Anyways, I am your host. No longer femboy because I've given this shit up. I no longer find it interesting. But I am your host.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm kind of over it. I am your host, Eric. And I'm joined by, as always, the nigga to my right is Darren. And the nigga underneath me is Angel, who's being a fuck nigga and does not want to turn on his camera. He's playing League, so if you hear him tip-top typing, that is fucking why. If you hear that nigga screaming, that is why. He's playing League of Legends because he has an addiction. Anyway. Yeah. I wanted to start off because I've been thinking about this shit for a bit. Yeah. So y'all niggas remember when like a week or two ago? Also, I'm running off of like 2 hours of sleep over the course of 2 days, so please bear with me. And I have not smoked today. I haven't smoked today. Oh, and I worked 9.5 hours today. Anyways. Y'all niggas remember like a week or two ago when my fucking AC went out? And it was boiling in my fucking house. And I could not sit in my room because it was hot as a bitch. I don't know why, but for some reason I was just thinking about shit. Like I would just go sit downstairs and like sleep on the couch, and I would just let my mind just run, and I would just think about shit. And there was a lot of stuff that I like was unpacking that I've never unpacked. What is good with you, bro?
I was trying to.
Welcome to the After Dark podcast. That below me is the nigga Josh.
Oh shit, what's up, y'all?
We literally just started.
Yeah, I was talking about what's the topic.
I was just about to say. So I was unpacking a lot of things, and when me and Josh were waiting for my dad to come pick me up, the nigga called me, and I was trying to tell him where the fuck we were, and when I hung up, Josh was like, "You got irritated, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." And also I had to do a school post today because as you may or may not know, I am a psychology major. So one of my classes is intro to modern family communications. Yeah, scholarly. And my question, my prompt today, my discussion post was something along the lines of how my family's relationship was and how their dynamic was and how they used healthy or unhealthy like communication skills, and if so, how did that affect your communication skills with your significant other, shit like that. Anyways, like for the last week and a half, all of August, I basically just been thinking about my relationship with my parents. And one thing that I was starting to unpack was the relationship that I had with my dad as a kid compared to now, and the relationship I had with my mom as a kid compared to now. And over the course of like this month, I've just been thinking about a lot of shit because I was bringing up, I brought up me and my mom were shopping at basically, and when that one random bitch had my number, remember when an unknown number texted me and I was just fucking with them. So basically, my mom was like, she said some shit, but basically it ended up with me saying that my ex, I say my ex with these niggas now, she thought my dad was an asshole. Like, she did not like my dad at all whatsoever. She respected the fuck out of my mom, but she did not fuck with my dad. And I told you, Darren, but she said one day, I think we were arguing, or we were like having a disagreement, and she was like, she's like, you're just like your fucking father, or some shit like that. She said some shit like that. And my relationship with my dad isn't the best. My relationship, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I have like a 2 with my dad. That's like my relationship. She said, you're just like your fucking father. She said some shit like that. And I was like, damn, bitch, that fucking hurt. But anyways, that's a long way to say basically I've been looking like at my relationship with my parents. And one thing that I came to recognize is, I said it jokingly, but I think I genuinely do have like mommy and daddy issues because of the lack of love that I received from my mom, whether physical or like verbal, and then the lack of like guidance or like acceptance that I got from my fucking dad. Like, for all I wanted from my mom ever was to say I love you and to hug me and give me kisses. I don't think to this day I've ever received a fucking kiss from my mom. I exaggerating, maybe like once or twice, but like barely. I barely received like a hug or kiss from my fucking mom. And if I did, I had to do it, and it was recently in my life. Like, I'd have to go up to my mom and hug her, and she's like, you only hug me when something's wrong. And with my dad, go ahead.
That's the same with mine.
And with my dad, I have yet to hear that nigga say I'm proud of you or I love you. I've maybe heard I'm proud of you like twice, or I love you like not even. I don't even think I've ever heard that nigga say I love you. So I'm like, damn.
It kind of gets to a point too after it doesn't happen for so long in your childhood.
You're just like,
you don't expect it anymore.
Yeah,
so you
like, fuck it.
You don't really want it anymore. So now I'm the same way. With me and you both kind of have the same
more or less
relationships in general. Same thing with me. My mom didn't really give me much as a youngin', and now she's trying to, and I'm like, you can keep it out, whatever, no more. Dad's trying to do better. Her the first I'm proud of you in 21 years.
Yeah, hearing I'm proud of you, that shit hits deep. Like, just
for me, my mom and dad swap. My mom and dad swap roles. Like, my mom is the one that I don't really talk to now, and my dad's the one that I'm always trying to talk to because he's being so much more helpful. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, so my thing is, the way I talk to my parents are very different. So I'll talk to my mom with like, I'll talk to my mom with emotional shit and things that take emotions and don't really take like life experience, or not life experience, but like shit, emotional shit, like if I'm depressed or if I'm having girl issues, I'll go to my mom for that shit. But if I'm like, hey dad, how do you change a tire? How do you fucking I'm going to the bank. How do I do this? How do I do that? I'll talk to my dad about it. But the issue comes with my dad is like, you never talk to me about emotional shit. Like, you never talk to me. You're always talking to your mom. And he was like, you never need me. You always need your mom. And I was like, well, because you've always closed yourself off to me, like, emotionally. And you've never, like, actually shown some type of vulnerability. Or anytime I've come to you with emotional shit, I've always been fucking chastised and scrutinized and told to man the fuck up and stop being a fucking bitch. Like, when me and my ex broke up, this nigga looked me in the face. I was crying. And he said, fuck that bitch. Go find a new one. I was like, nigga, what? I was like, bro, what do you mean, fuck that bitch, go find a new one? This was my wife for 2 years. We were living together. This is my wife. There is no fuck this bitch. No, find a new one. That is the worst advice you could have ever given me at that point.
It's insane.
That is the worst advice.
It's insane how similar our, again, relationships in general are, because that's the same shit with my dad.
That's like calling the suicide hotline going, I'm gonna kill myself, and the nigga goes, nigga, do it. Stop being a bitch, do it. Like, what do you mean? I'm calling you because I need support. I need help. Like, what do you mean? He's like, I may say things bluntly, and I may say it in a way that you don't like. Nigga, can you imagine if your mother is on her deathbed and the doctor comes up, that bitch dying? Get over it. she gonna die, nigga. Instead of she doesn't have a lot of time left. You may want to get your last goodbyes in. That bitch gonna die in like 5 minutes. Like damn, nigga.
Go ahead and go find you another one.
On God, go to your on your girl's side. Go talk to her. Go talk to her mom. But, yeah, she said she was like, you're just like your father. And that shit sent me, I was thinking about that, and that shit sent me into a fucking spiral. And like my greatest dream in life, my greatest aspiration is to get married. I was gonna say some sad shit. Is to get married. I'm gonna say it, fuck it. My greatest goal in life, hopefully, is to get married to my wife, who has disappeared, but your kids miss you. Please come back. Who has taken a vacation. Anyways, my greatest goal in life is to get married and have a kid. Specifically, I want a daughter. Now, I never knew why I wanted a daughter, but I've come to the realization that the reason that I want a daughter is because I'm scared of having a son, because I feel like, and I'm my dad's first son. I'm not my dad's like first kid because he took care of my older brother, who's my mom's first kid from another dude. But I'm my dad's first biological son, and I feel like there is a generational curse that is going to keep fucking happening with our firstborn men in the family, and that I think I subconsciously like held on to that, and that shit terrifies me because the way that my dad raised me and the way that he interacted with me, I'm terrified that if I have a son, I'll somehow be fucking cursed with the Gillespie name of doing the same shit to him and fucking him up, and that shit terrifies me. But I do want a daughter because I want something to protect. I want something to love, cherish, hold on to. And I do want to wear matching fits with my daughter. I want to like put the little fucking little balls in her head that clack against her fucking skull. I want that, daddy. I want that shit. I do want a daughter, but I think I'm terrified of having a boy just for that fucking reason of how me and my dad's relationship is. So that's some shit that I was dealing with.
For me, that's why I want a boy. That's why I want to have a son.
So you can break that, do better.
Yeah. So I can not only break it, but kind of treat him the way I wish I would have been treated.
Real shit.
So yeah. That's the reason I want a son. Plus, my dad's firstborn is a daughter, or is a girl. So it's kind of like a win-win. Break the curse.
I don't know if I'm my dad's firstborn now, because he told me I had that sister who fucking died. And that shit came out of nowhere. I don't know. See? This is what I'm saying, because they just be dropping shit on me.
These black men, they be goddamn they just be dropping shit, bro. You don't count, bro.
I do count. Unfortunately, I am part of the fucking I am part of the demographic, and I can't.
But you don't have to be.
No, 100%. Like, please come back. I swear to God, I am so much better. I will fucking fix. I had a dream today. That you locked me up in a fucking basement, and I was okay with it. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I don't even know if I'm my dad's firstborn, because he was like, you have a daughter, or you have a sister, she's fucking dead. I'm sorry. Like, just randomly one day. So I don't know. I don't fucking know. But
did I tell you how I found out I had a sister?
No. At least I don't think you did. Maybe you did.
So, I got my car off my dad. I told you that. When I go into the car to move all my stuff into it, I go into the glove box.
Pictures, right?
I saw a picture of a teenage girl, and I was just like,
what the fuck?
Why does my dad?
My dog's out.
Have a graduation pictures of this black chick. So I bring it up to him, and I just go,
the fuck is this?
Who's this? I was like, who's this? It was like,
that's how you know it's deep with the X of the.
I was like,
damn.
So he just stays silent. My stepmom comes into the room. She's like, oh, that's your sister. And I was like, but I don't.
I was like, I had a sister? I was like, what the fuck?
I'm pretty sure they told me more than once when I was younger, but I didn't remember that. So when I just saw this random picture of this random girl that I have literally never seen before, I was just like, yo, who the fuck is this? And why is she sitting in the car? And he told me, and I was like,
no, real shit. I didn't know until I was 18. And then it was just like, at the time, I was depressed as shit. I was just sitting in the car, head against the window, watching the raindrops race against the fucking the glass, betting on which one was gonna make it down first. And I just heard sniffling. My brother Isaiah was knocked out in the back seat. Nigga was knocked the fuck out. I just heard sniffling, and I looked over at my dad, and nigga was driving. A tear dropped from his eye. I was like, nigga, you good? I deadass. I went, you straight? And he went, you have a sister. And I've always wanted a sister. I was like, what? I just went, what? And he was like, she's dead. And he was like, she would have been like 22 or some shit. And I was 18 at the time. So like, she would have been like 22, 23. I was like, what? And he was like, I was like, how'd she die? He was like, life. And then never said anything ever again. Never. I never got how, like, where did she come from? What was she like? All this other shit. I was just like, all right.
So, I know her first name. I don't know her last name. I don't know how old she is. I know she's older than me, but not by how much. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Same shit.
I know that she's fully black. I know that her mother decided to leave, or my dad left, or something like that of the sorts. I know he's in contact with her, but won't let me be in contact with her. At the same time as my stepmom knows that he talks to her. But
talks to your daughter? Talks to your sister?
Yes.
Okay.
He's had multiple conversations with her, but won't tell me how to talk to her, how I can.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like my family is so. I'm trying not to be. I need to stop being so loud. My family is so fucked. Like, it took me like 18 years to figure out that my grandfather wasn't even like my actual biological grandfather. I've just been calling this nigga. Like, I say pop. That's what I used to say when I was a kid. So I was like, this nigga, this is a fraud. Is everything a lie? Like, you know, like black people be calling people cousins and uncle and shit, and they're not even related to you. Yeah, I said uncle whatever one time, and they're like, that's not your uncle. Stop calling him that. And I was like, bro, I've been calling him uncle for like 17 years. What the fuck do you mean we're not even related? Yep. So I was like, is everything just a lie now? Like, is everything? What else is being hid? What else is being hid? Like, the only thing I know about my deceased older sister is that her name is Serenity. The only thing I know about her. The only thing. And that she's just fucking dead. And that she would have been older than me.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like, bro, I literally have wanted an older sibling. My older sibling has literally always been moving around. And honestly, I'm the older sibling to him. So it's just, it's not the same. So I don't have anyone to teach me experience and teach me about life and shit. Because I've had this talk with my dad too. I was like, you didn't really give me the type of talks that I needed. Susan did, my stepmom, did more of it. But it still doesn't hit the same because it's not coming from a male figure. Or it's not coming from someone who is around my age. So I can understand it a little bit better or feel more comfortable about it. And then I told my dad, I was like, bro, you didn't give me a single chance to try and talk to her. You didn't give me a chance to try and learn from her, even know who she is or where she is or nothing. Like, you
denied you that.
You denied me the chance to know someone. And then he tried saying, he was like, I honestly don't know if she's actually my daughter. I was like,
so you went through all that, stays in contact with her and shit?
Meanwhile, my mother, my actual mother, knew about her as well. And said, that's definitely his daughter.
The picture, they're literally both like...
Don, like, it's...
Yeah, does you?
She was like, that's definitely his daughter. And if he tries to tell you that again, yeah, like, don't listen to him. He's definitely lying.
And he's bullshitting.
I'm like, that's crazy, bro. He also lied on my birth certificate.
God damn. And I showed Angel a picture, but I made a little meme post. I don't know if you've seen it. You've seen some of them. You follow me on TikTok, so you know most of my TikTok is literally just sad shit. But I made my own when it's like a random ass picture of something and then you like write text on it. Like the one I did the other day where it was like a strawberry and it was like some sad shit like, I want you to come home, please come home. but I had a picture of a bear holding like an actual grizzly bear holding like a stuffed bear, and it said I didn't realize that my dad's words scarred me or some shit like that. I thought it was funny as shit. But when I made it because it was true. Like, I didn't realize like how deeply I was affected by my dad's words and actions, and even to a certain extent my mom, but my mom is less of a fucking victim or less of a perpetrator than my dad is, because my mom has been a victim my entire fucking life, and it will continue to be as long as she's with my dad. True shit, unfortunately. Not to say that my dad is like a terrible dude. Like, I don't want niggas to think that, but that nigga barely does. Like, he, in terms of like responsibilities, he does it, but like in terms of like obligation to protect his family and to protect their peace, which is something that I would love to do as a father, or something that I would uphold as a father, he hasn't done the best job at it. But that's neither here nor there. I didn't realize how deeply like my dad affected me, and how much of that hurt that I was holding on to, because when I was with my ex, I was thinking so much. I was thinking I need to be so much better than my fucking dad. I need to not be him, that I think inadvertently I became him. And that made me extremely fucking sad. Because everything, like looking at my parents now and seeing them go to like couples counseling or marriage therapy or counseling, whatever the fuck it is, and hearing, I've literally had each individual of my parents, each individual of them, I've literally been in the car with each of them, just us two at some random point, and the other just dumps everything onto me for some fucking reason, for some magical reason. I've been in the car with my mom, and she just starts talking and just letting it go. And I'm like, all I asked was, are you okay? And my mom's like, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I don't know why I'm telling you this. And even with my dad, he was like, I don't know why I'm talking to you about this. This is just some shit me and your mom need to deal with. I don't know why I'm talking to you about this. So now I know like the inner machinations of my parents' mind. My parents' minds.
They both want to talk about it, but don't want to go to the other person and initiate the talking.
Yep. Well, I'm like like watching them talk about their shit now, I'm like, this is literally could be such an, like, seeing my dad struggle communicating with my mom. My mom was like, watching my mom and my dad talk, it's literally almost a one-to-one with how my relationship with my ex was, in the way that me and my dad are very hold it in, like very internalize it and deal with it, and if something happens, just take the blame. Don't even like try to retort or like try to defend yourself. Just take the blame, keep it pushing. Hopefully things will get better.
Yep.
And my mom and my ex are very headstrong. They're very, we need to talk about shit. We need to get it settled so we can go to bed at the end of the day, not being mad and not having this type of energy type shit. And when I didn't
wake up mad when they go to sleep.
I didn't realize that me and my dad were like, I was trying so hard to not be like my dad that I became that nigga. And that shit, looking in retrospect, looking at how I am now and looking at how I was like almost like 7 months to a year ago, looking at it now, I'm like, this is fucking, like, what was I thinking? And it's easy to look at things in retrospect, but when you're in it, it's a little bit different. I was like, literally, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, what was going on there?
Yep. No. Oh, bro,
like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Why
I was like, what was I doing?
Why are we so much alike, bro? When I was with my ex, I started when it was the back and forth that we had, that you were there or knew about. That's when I started realizing, I was like, I'm trying so hard to not be like this man.
I became that nigga.
Literally doing exactly.
I was doing the exact same shit he was doing.
The yelling, the screaming, the shit that I hate to do. I will not scream. Like, I will not yell. And I'm sitting here doing this. There were times that me and my ex would have an argument. In the middle of the argument, I'll be like, can we be done? Like, I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm literally just acting like my father. Can we be done? Like, I'll do whatever it is you need me to do to make this better. But please, for the love of God, can we just stop? I was like, I'm literally just, I'm acting just like this dude when I'm trying my hardest to not be like
I was like,
it's insane, too.
And I grew up like that my entire life. Literally from middle school onwards, like as soon as like my like I actually saw my parents' relationship start deteriorating, like actually like where they were getting mad at each other, yelling at each other, screaming at each other, in days that my mom would just fucking disappear. I've had days where my mom just disappeared, vanished, like weeks, just vanished. and that shit fucked me up. I will never blame my mom for anything ever because I would blame my dad 100% for it. But in terms of how I grew up, I do say that my mom has to shoulder some of that responsibility because she fucked me up. There was one day my parents argued a lot, and they were gonna get divorced when I was younger in middle school, before I came to like in 8th grade, I think, when we was all at Grovetown. Around that time, my parents were really like considering getting divorced because my mom was like, if we were to get divorced, who would you want to live with? Obviously, niggas is gonna choose mom because our dads are fucking berating us and shit. But I said, I was like, I want y'all to stay together as long as possible. I was like, I don't want to pick a side. That's not who I am as a person. But Isaiah, you're a fucking snitch, nigga. My parents were having that conversation in the living room. Oh, we should get a divorce. What about the kids? Blah blah blah. And I was sitting in the hallway, and I was pinned up against the fucking wall on some movie shit, and I was just eavesdropping on the conversation. And Eric and Isaiah was like, yeah, Eric was listening to y'all. I remember he was sitting. I was like, bitch ass nigga. That was for the benefit of both of us. But for like when they were talking about getting divorced back in like 8th grade or whatever, I was like, I will never ever be like my fucking father. And for a long time I hated my father. I was like, I will never be like this nigga ever. I detest this nigga because of how he treated my mom and what he put my family through, because of what he put me and my brother through. I will never ever be like this nigga ever in my entire life, up until I moved out of the house and I started living with my ex. I was like, fuck this nigga, I'm gonna do everything differently than him. I got in that relationship, and I did the exact same shit my fucking dad did. And then I looked at it for a second. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no. What the fuck I was like, there's no way. I was like, I fought so hard, like, being a kid up until this point. I was like, I fought so hard to not be like this nigga. I ended up exactly following in my father's footsteps, and I needed to be better than him, and I tried to force that shit into my fucking brain, and I didn't do it. And I think that's also a reason why I was so like traumatized when we broke up.
I was rushing to get my own house, my own job, my own everything. And I did it. I got my own place. I had my own girlfriend that I was madly in love with.
Yeah, niggas was trying to get married. Niggas was trying to get married.
Yeah, like, I had a great job, and then I moved out of state, and I thought I was doing great things. Like, I moved out of state, I made a big jump, big leap, and it was going great.
You made a commitment.
And then when it started going to the arguing, my dad told me, he was like, I just hope the best for you. I just want you to know, if the arguing gets too bad, I apologize, because you definitely get it from me.
Damn.
I'm like, well, mom too, but, you know, okay, whatever. My mom tells me, she's like, I don't mean to do this in a way where I'm telling you, I'm more informing you. I know how much you don't want to be like him. But everything that you did from when you moved out of his house until you being in Florida has been exactly everything that he has done. He moved out of his mom's house really quick. He got into a relationship really quick. He tried to get his own place really quick, his own job, his own money, everything. And everything ended with argument and anger and just all this other stuff. And it never worked out. And I'm like, I literally... like, he stole my flow, bar for bar. Every single thing.
Word for word, bar for bar.
Everything was exactly fucking like him. And
It's
I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
Like, I hate it. Like, I hated it so fucking much. Now I'm more like, I don't hate my dad. I don't hold any ill will towards him because I know that. But I was like, at the time, I was like, fuck this nigga. I hate him with every bone in my body. Like, I detest this nigga. I hate him.
I hate him. I was like, I can't stand him. I got to a point, I was like, I really just hate myself because I'm acting
real
just
shit,
like
because I'm just like him.
I'm just like him.
It's like in the movies,
I'm
right?
hating on him. And so I will say, I think me and you both now, in the past probably couple months alone, we have changed so fucking much.
And so I know now I'm not a lot like him now.
Oh no, 100%. I would never
like,
I am so
Like,
much different than my dad now.
The stuff that I did when I was with my ex, that's not happening again. It's
100%.
like all
100
the
fucking
arguing.
percent.
I'm not going to argue.
Nigga,
We
I
will
would
talk
let there be
about-
an
we will
issue,
talk
real
to it about
shit.
adult. We were sitting
Real
down, right
shit.
then and there. We were talking about it. That's
Bitch,
fine.
cause bro, it's like the movies, bro. It's like become a hero, live to become a hero, live long or whatever the fuck, live long enough to become a villain. It was like that with me. I was like when I was in my relationship, my biggest issue is that I didn't communicate. Also, I chalk this up because because of my parents' relationship, I never had like a role model or like a stamp on how to actually handle a relationship.
Facts.
And like
we have to learn by trial and error, which
exactly, and I hate that it was.
sucks.
I hate that it
Because-
happened with who it happened with.
It's either trial and error with the relationship you have, and you both learn together, and it ends up working out, or you learn by multiple relationships, which fucking sucks. Sucks dick.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's crazy how much alike this.
I was god damn.
It's crazy. We went through the same exact thing and around in the exact time frame. Like the same situation. It's insane, bro.
Yeah, but my dad, like that nigga, like I don't think my dad realized how fucking bad he hurt me. Like not even in like a physically, like my dad put hands on me physically. I think my dad was crazy. Like he had anger issues, like type shit. Like he threw a water bottle at my younger brother and fucked up our entertainment system. That nigga, I was like, it was like in high school. I had like peak depression, like peak Eric depression. And no one ever thought to like try and get me help. They're just like, oh, this nigga's being a bitch. Oh, he has an attitude all the time. Oh, this nigga just never comes out of his room. He never wants to eat and never wants to hang out with anybody. They're like, oh, he's just being a bitch. He doesn't have depression. Doesn't have any type of mental illnesses. Nigga never thought to give me any fucking help. But like I was just like in my head, and I was just doing all this in like a span of a week when my AC was fucked up. I was sitting in the living room and I was just thinking about this shit just on repeat. Just all the fucked up shit my dad has ever done to me ever.
How long ago was this?
It was just earlier this month, maybe the beginning of the month.
Insane, bro. Insane.
But I was just
Absolutely insane.
like because I couldn't sit in my room in 90-degree weather and get on my computer, so I was like, let me just sit down here and just my mind just ran. It just ran, and I was like, what are all the fucked up things that my dad has ever done to me? Nigga used to pull me by my hair. The time that I said I was suicidal in middle school, high school, that nigga put a knife in front of me and said, if I'm suicidal, fucking kill myself then.
I shouldn't say this one. I should not say this one. I did the exact same thing. I should not say this one. Honestly, it's so fucked up. And like Eric said, my father is not a bad person. He really is not. He's just very, very struggled. He's much better now, though.
He just does not know how to operate around people.
He doesn't know how to operate.
Like my dad always.
When I believe I had gotten my wisdom teeth pulled or something, you know my past and everything. I'm definitely not explaining my past. But I took some medicine. I'm not going to say what medicine, but I took some medicine. And I went downstairs because it was like 45 minutes had gone by after I took it. So I was like, it's not fucking working right now, so I'm going to go downstairs, use the bathroom, maybe get a snack, just recuperate, maybe standing up will get everything going. I go to the bathroom. Before I can even turn around and close the door, I just drop.
I remember this. I
dropped, I hit the ground, I'm sweating, I'm hyperventilating, I'm just going through, I can barely see. And as I turn over, because I'm laying down in the bathroom at this point, I turn over to my left, looking out the door. As blurry as it is, I just see my dad's just standing there, just looking at me. Just standing there. And in my head, the only thing I can think about is, if I die right now, he is fully prepared to let me die right now. Yeah, he's just sitting there.
Stop being a bitch.
You know, he deadass was like, you straight? I'm like,
no, nigga, help me! Help me! I can't get up!
oh my god.
Help me, please! I'm on life alert.
When I told my mother what happened, because no one knew like real reasons behind what happened, but like when I told her what happened and that the man was just standing there looking at me, bro, she pulled up to the house. My mother pulled up to the house. My stepmom goes into their room and she says, "I'm letting whatever happen because you're messed up for doing that," which you did. My dad, his only explanation was, "I didn't know what was going on." Nigga,
He dropped. He's all convulsing and shit. Like I didn't know what's happening.
I should have just went boom, and I
Nigga
just
just
hit
dropped.
the counter. I hit the counter. I had a headache. I had a knot on my head from smacking the counter. I was, oh my god. Yeah.
See,
There's
and
a lot of shit like that.
the thing, my relationship with my dad got better though as soon as I moved out. Like no, bro. See, I even forgot this.
God.
My dad fucking choked me out, and then made me eat breakfast as I cried into my scrambled eggs. He forced me to eat breakfast with my family after he choked me out, and not like he grabbed me like on some Homer Simpson type shit. Like he put me in a fucking headlock on some low tier god and said, "Hey, monkey." Put my shit in his bicep and fucking pushed my head in type, like on some military shit. He choked me out and made me eat breakfast. And there's more shit. I'm sure I've repressed it and can't remember now. But
Bro, no, on God, there's so many different things. There's so many. Like one time, it was when we were in high school. There was 1 week. I was barely home. I just kept leaving the house. I just kept walking out and saying I was just working, which I was working, but I just didn't come home. And I'd go to school the next day off no sleep. But there was 1 week. It was the weekend, and I believe it was right before Thanksgiving. Right before we went on break, and I just remember that my grades were dropping, which all of our fucking grades drop before break. That's how it works. And they come back because we get a lot of easy shit as soon as we get off break. And they looked for an excuse. They were like, "Oh, I think it's your phone. I think your phone is an
let me
issue
get
in
that.
school. Let me get that." And I'm like, "I pay for this.
you're not taking my phone, bitch.
I was like, "You're not taking my phone. I pay for this." So he takes the phone.
I'm so glad you brought up school, by the way, but continue.
He takes the phone, and my stepmom. I go to give my stepmom the phone because I know if I say I need my phone, she's gonna hand it to me. He's not. He's gonna be like, "Struggle. I don't care." So I go to hand her the phone. I drop it in her hand. It wasn't even like a high drop. It was like this, and I just drop it. He said I threw the phone. He gets up and grabs me by my shirt and pushes me into the china cabinet. And I'm sitting here just like,
Bro, really, bro? Deadass, we're doing this?
are like, bro, are we serious right now?
I wouldn't even have been mad. I would be like, I'm tired. I'm tired.
And I it wasn't then. But
It's your turn. Boom, boom.
I'm tired.
But it was like later in life, and I reminded Dad of it, and I was like, "Dude, I want you to know, if you would have did it one more time, you would have lost the son. I'm being so serious. I didn't feel like fighting anymore. I didn't want to argue. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to go against anyone's word anymore. I was ready to just call it." But
I've had that too. I'm like, I'm done.
My stepmom's face is so red, and she doesn't know what to do. She's just frozen, and she looks at me, and she's like trying to say something, and I was like, "It's okay.
It is what it is."
He was like, I just like, "Bro, do you want me to go to my room?" He's like, "Yeah, go to your room." I was like, "Okay, cool." I
just trots
off
off
to the room.
Yeah,
I just trot off to the room and started watching YouTube or something. I just sat in the room, went to sleep.
Dig it, bro.
The whole rest of the week at school, bro. This is me, just staring off into space.
Hey man, you good?
Chilling.
I'm sure.
And then it, bro. It always takes that one father figure, bro, to bring that shit out. I remember I was crying in gym because my coach Postel, he came up to me and he's looking at me because I'm sitting in the gym. I never fucking sit. I played
volleyball,
3 different sports. I played 2 different sports. He knows there's something wrong with me.
Like,
so I'm just sitting there like this.
You okay? Yeah, I'm
and
straight.
You remember Zai?
Are
you remember Zai?
Yeah. Black
So
nigga.
Zayed asked me. He was like, "Are you good?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Coach Postel comes up. He's like, "What's wrong, man?" I was like, "What?" He was like, stand up, stand up." I stand up. Nigga gives
Did
me
that
a
hug
hug.
you?
bro.
I would have dropped to my knees, nigga.
It was one of these hugs. It was one of these where I was trying to hold everything in and I couldn't hold it. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
You will know it.
You're reborn tonight. Nigga, I'm so glad you brought up school. I don't know if niggas really knew, but I was going through it in high school. Cause lore drop for the two people that actually watch these. The ex that I talk about a lot on here, I dated back in middle school, but I never got over that literally all the way up through high school. I never got over it. And I was told, like the first time she broke up in middle school, I just got so depressed past that and I never recovered. Like that shit broke me. That shit broke me. But I got to high school and I was like super fucking depressed. Parents didn't give a shit. But I was like, I'm just gonna fucking kill myself. I'm just gonna do it. And they just kept sending me to the office, like to the guidance counselor, like clockwork. And they're like, yeah, we heard you were gonna kill yourself, or you said some like suicidal ideation or some shit like that. You okay? I was like, yeah, I'm straight. And they're like, okay, well, because of the nature of this, we're gonna have to contact your parents. And they would always call my fucking dad. And my dad was like, the first thing he would say every single time, without fail, every single time, he was like, you know this is going to be on your record, right? Now, every time you try to apply to a college, this is going to be on your record. That you try to kill yourself. It's going to be on, not, are you okay? Hey, do you want to talk about it? It's, this is going to be on your record. You get everything that, you have a roof over your head. You get everything that you want. There are people who don't even get to eat 3 meals a day. You don't have to do anything. You sit in your room. You get everything you want. And I'm just sitting there, head against the glass, like, it's not the point. It's not the point.
Dude, I'm tired.
I'm not happy, nigga. I'm not happy.
I'm
And you're
tired,
gonna
bro.
sit here and tell me that I get everything that I want. I want happiness, nigga. I want to feel like I'm okay and like my world isn't falling apart. Like there's no way out of this, nigga. Like what? I was like, why is your concern more about my grades and my fucking academic future than
I
the
add something real
mental
quick?
health of your son? Continue. Yeah, go ahead.
So, there's one reason why I've always been scared to have kids. Only one reason. Because everything that you have transfers down.
Oh yeah, like
Personality
genetics and
traits
shit.
transfer it.
Like mental health and shit.
Depression,
Yep.
depression, anxiety is
That I
like-
thought about that too.
it definitely like goes down. But not only does it like get passed on, it's more intense for the next one. And I'm like,
Bro, we used to talk about this.
bro, I can't do that to a kid. So I'm
we
like,
used
if
to
I'm
talk
with
about
someone,
that.
I have to be with someone happy. Like they have to be happy.
We used to talk. We'd be up at night like, what do you think our kids will look like?
Depressed.
I'd be like, they
I know.
probably have your eyes, but my nose. I was like, whatever kid we have, they're gonna have a hella fucking hair, bro. That's not even debatable. Their hair is gonna be fucking poofy. But I was like, if we have a kid, they're gonna be fucked. There's no way they're not gonna be fucked. Mentally, they're fucked. They're gonna have some type of ADHD, some type of depression, some type of autism. That nigga's gonna be retarded, as far as I know. He's gonna be
Dude.
fucked up.
And I talked to my mom about this, and she was like, "Well, if you succeed all these goals that you do have, and give them the life that you wish you had, maybe that
They make them out better. Yeah, no real shit.
I'm like, yes, but no, because guess what? I did not have a bad life. Yes, there's a lot of crazy shit in my life, but when I was with my dad, besides the arguing and the hands-on and all that other shit, my life was not bad.
Yeah,
I could
no,
be
100%.
I could be in an amazing setting and I was still depressed. So, yes, it could, but at the same time, probably not.
But
I'm one of those people that understands everything could be going right, and you can still be depressed. So it kind of just it depends.
Yeah, I'd say yeah, you're right. Cause I think the issue with me is the reason why my depression got so bad is I think I've always had depression, even like before I came
Understand
to
that.
Georgia. When I was in Germany, I had really bad mental health. I just never said, like, I was cutting myself in Germany. I didn't know it was cutting, but my teacher was like, "What the fuck are you?" Like, I was doing that shit in class. My teacher was like, "What are you doing, nigga? Go to the counselors." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" But the reason why I think that my mental health got so bad is because my parents ignored me. They ignored me, ignored it, and then they blamed my mental health on me just being like a shit fucking kid, and not and having like an attitude problem. So then I started blaming myself for all the shit.
Yeah, I will say that does. You're right.
But I
That
feel
does
like
go
if
on.
my parents like paid attention more and like said, "Hey, look, we love you. We know you're going through some shit. It's okay. Shit happens." I think I would have ended up a little bit better in terms of how I take care of my mental health, and especially how I communicate it. But because of how my parents were, I was so closed off. I never shared anything. I never said anything.
It was in middle school when we learned about depression and anxiety. It was 8th grade, I believe, in health class. It was either 7th or 8th grade. We learned about depression. And when I learned about it, I was like, a lot of this seems familiar.
Yeah, this
This sounds interesting. So I bring it up to my mom and dad at the same time. I was like, hey, can we get together, have a dinner, and talk about this? And we did. And I brought it up to him. My mom's like, it's possible because I know I do. And she was like, I take medication for it. My dad's like, you don't have it. I'm like,
nigga, what do you mean you don't have it?
isn't it worth like going to a professional?
Yeah, and getting it
talking
checked
to them?
out. If my kid
And
is like that, I think I'm depressed. I'm like, oh no, hell no, let's get this shit situated.
I'm like, for for me to be 12, 13 years old and be able to
No,
acknowledge
especially that young.
being able to be like, hey, I'm not feeling okay, and this looks familiar, and this seems like something that might be going on with me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I say, why not get a professional? He's like, because you don't have it. You just need to be on top of your stuff. It's because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're just not paying attention. You have an attitude problem in school, and you're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. I'm young. I don't know what's what. I'm learning from you both. I'm sitting here learning from you. But what made it even worse is that I have one telling me yes and I have one telling me no. And the one that's telling me no is definitely the more impactful, unfortunately.
Real
in my
shit.
life.
No, real shit.
He's the one that has made me when I was younger so antisocial and not want confrontation. So when he's sitting there yelling at me, because that's another thing, he'd be yelling and telling me there's nothing wrong with you. I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong with
All right,
me.
he knows apparently. He's yelling at me, so he knows.
Like, he
Ain't no
knows.
wrong with me.
So there's nothing wrong. I'll be fine. Shit. 17, 18, not even 17, 18.
I'm not
you said,
good.
When I got to high school, bro,
My shit got so bad in high school.
which was crazy. Like, one of the things I always think about all the time is one of the comments that I got, like a couple comments that I got from homecoming is one of the counselors brought it up to me. They were like, we asked certain people, coaches and teachers always say you're one of the happiest people. Like, you're always one of the people that's always smiling, that's always making other people laugh. And I'm like,
And then I go home.
And
Then I go home and I'm
it's-
sitting in my bed just nauseous, I'm tired.
Oh my god.
No, real shit.
it
I was the same thing though. I was literally the exact same thing. The exact same thing.
It's just it's so crazy. It's so crazy to think that simple things like simple let's check it out could have changed everything.
Literally could have drastically changed. If my bro, I shit you not. The one time I remember my dad ever hugging me is when me and Kaylin broke up. That was the only time I ever remember my dad hugging me.
So crazy to me.
Which,
is so
by the way,
No,
is not
honestly,
even the
it's not
worst
that
breakup
crazy.
that wasn't even the worst breakup I've ever had. It was the worst breakup I ever had. I'm going through now, but that was all the way back when I first got out of high school.
I would say the reasons of the breakup are much worse with the last one, not this previous one. This one before that.
She
The
who
one
shall
you were
not be
just
named 2.0. Oh, Kaylin.
Yes.
Well, it was a little bit. I don't know if
I'd
it's
say
worse.
I'd say the
It's
reason
comparatively it's worse to my feelings.
exactly.
But
That's what I mean.
This one is the one I'm going through now is completely fucking like.
So the one that you're going through now is worse because of the connection that y'all two had.
Mm-hmm.
The one before that was worse because of the shit that fucking happened throughout that entire relationship.
That's also another conversation. I don't know if we'll talk about it now, but that relationship,
relationship,
that shit was fucked. That shit was fucked. That shit was fucked. But that
That's
was the
another
only
reason
time
why
I've ever.
I feel like that might have something because I'm guessing you told your dad full info on what happened, right? No?
I told nobody. The only niggas that know what happened are you, Angel, and then the niggas that were like three niggas that were in the group chat, and then maybe
Yeah,
Alicia at the time because she was like one of my best female friends.
And I have no clue then. I don't know. I don't know why that
The-
time he would hug you. Like, that's
Because
insane.
the reason why was because I was crying so fucking loud. It was like a movie. I was crying so loud like I couldn't contain it, and I was sliding down the wall. You've been in my room, so you know where my closet is. I was sliding down that fucking wall. I was deadass. I was like this. I went. I was like on some movie shit. Like I was on some neighbors, no man. And it was my mom who came to hug me first. And then after she left, I still kept crying. So my dad came, and then my brother came.
Wow.
Isaiah came and was like, "Hey, bro, are you straight?" So it wasn't even like he literally just came. He grabbed me, did the couple head taps, and was like, "It'll be alright, bro. There are more fish in the sea. You'll be straight." And then ducked off. But my mom was like, "Hey," she was like, "Hey, baby, I get it. It's okay. Look, shit's gonna get better. I told you this was gonna happen because I could tell that's just the type of person she was gonna be. But do you need me to do any? Is there anything I can do for you? Do you want to go get something to eat? Just me and you? Do you want to get some ice cream? Do you want some McDonald's?" I was like, "No, I just." My mom does that every time I'm sad. She's like, "You want me to go get you some McDonald's?"
That's
I'm like, "No,
awesome.
Mom, I'm good."
That's awesome.
That was the only time I think the most recent time I think I can remember where my dad actually hugged me, but not even like a long like embrace, just like a "You'll be straight. You'll be straight, nigga."
Something I
He-
didn't tell you. A little
Walk
off
it
Hug me
off.
for this one.
A little off topic.
Mhm.
When I was at so and so's place a couple weeks ago, when I was going through all that stuff.
So
mentally.
and so. I'm trying. Start with the Z.
No.
Or
Yes.
okay,
yes,
okay.
yes. When I was over there and I was going through all that stuff, I was like, there's no one on this planet that can make me feel more comfortable right now. Out of all the friends I have, I don't believe there's anyone that could bring me down right now. And so I called the one human being that I was like, hearing their voice would just soften my soul. So I called Christian, my little brother. I called him, and his 5-year-old little self, he's just sitting there talking about kindergarten. He's talking about sports, and I'm enjoying all of it.
That's cute, bro. That shit's so fucking cute.
No.
It's so adorable.
While I'll say this, while I'm at this chick's house and I'm talking to my little brother,
I
he
can tell where
said-
this is going.
he's like, "Bubby, where's your friend?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about, buddy? Like, what friend? Which one?" He's like, "The lady with the red hair." And I was like,
Nigga, I would have
"It's the lady-
dropped to my knees.
the person I was talking that I'm talking about, they
Mhm.
were inside. When I tell you, they could feel the vibe from me just shift even more, bro. When I tell you that I was holding back so many fucking tears, I was like, because I'm on the phone with my dad's in the room on the phone talking to me, my stepmom, my little sister, and little brother. So I'm sitting there like, I put the phone away for a second, and I'm like,
You had to take that breath.
And I was like,
Um,
buddy, me and her aren't really friends anymore. I haven't seen them in a really long time. And he was like, oh, okay. And then just started talking again. I was like, dude, if he would have said her name, because he doesn't remember her name,
mhm.
which helped. But if he would have said her name, I would have been like, hey, yo, I gotta go.
Dude.
I gotta go. I could hear my dad and stepmom kind of there, so they were mumbling, talking to each other. And then when Christian said that, they both just stopped and were like,
See,
I was like,
the funny thing is when people like close to you, like in your family, because usually like your friends would know about breakups and shit, but when your family knows about it and they know how bad it is, that my mom calls her she who shall not be named 2.0. My mom dead ass goes, if I say something, she was like, who, she who should not be named 2.0? Or she'll go, which she who should not be named that we talking about here? Because back in high school, I used to call Kaylin she who should not be named because I really could not deal with that. But now she should be named not 2.0. She was like, is that who you're talking about? She should not be named? And I was like, yes, Mom. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what we're talking about.
I wish my parents would do that. I wish they would not bring.
My
up
dad
names.
won't. My dad won't, but my mom will.
My dad and mom, they'll both be like, "Oh, so and so. How like?"
I'm
how
like,
was that going?"
damn.
I'm like, oh.
All right, nigga.
I'm like, all right, bro.
But I'm glad that you made that face when I was talking about Kaylin, because there was some shit that I realized about that relationship, because I didn't, my whole like after this breakup that I'm currently dealing with now, there were some things that I never realized, like I never, like me going through like myself and like exploring like my mind and my emotional health, there are some things that I never really tackled, and my biggest one was I'm not gonna say I think I got into a relationship with She Should Not Be Named 2.0 too fast, because I think that it helped me get out of that like stump that I was in, but I think that there were a lot of things with that relationship that I kept telling myself was acceptable and that I just let slide, and I think that it fucked me up for a minute. And I think that I was more infatuated with the idea of being in love than I actually was in love with her. Not to say that I didn't care for her or whatever, but I think that I let so much shit slide.
You wanted it so much.
Yeah, I wanted to be in love so fucking badly that I let so much shit slide, and I didn't like confront a lot of shit. And I think that because of that relationship, when I transitioned to my relationship with She Should Not Be Named, I thought that a lot of the shit that I was doing was acceptable because I let it slide in my last relationship, which is not a justification at all. But me how I am now, I know that a lot of the shit that I did, now I'm not gonna say a lot of the shit, I'm gonna say shit that I did was fucked, and I own up to it, and I take responsibility for it, and I will never not ever take responsibility for it, because there's no, like, I am I'm a better person. Like, I undoubtedly like a better person than I was like 7 fucking months ago. But that's neither here nor there. Anyways,
yeah.
That shit fucked me up for a minute. Like, you niggas. I wish that I would have listened to y'all just a little bit more in terms of.
Oh, bro, believe me, like.
Cause y'all like, Eric, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
I don't anymore. But, bro, when all that shit happened with the first She Should Not Be Named, bro, when I tell you I genuinely had actual anger for you, not in a way where I'm mad at you for anything, I'm more mad at you for not hearing out your friends.
No, like, I literally was letting her walk all over me. Like, I literally was...
Dude,
I was just getting dogged for shit, bro. I was just... Like, I look at it now, and I'm like, why did I do that? I was like, why did I let this shit slide? What the fuck was wrong with me?
The point I stopped being so frustrated with you about it, even though it was so long after, but when me and my ex, when all that stuff happened, and I realized what was going on, and I was doing everything like you said out of the infatuation with having love, I was doing the same thing. I wasn't necessarily letting her walk all over me, but I was letting so much shit slide that should not have been okay. One thing I was gonna say. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I had been out of a relationship, like an actual like serious relationship, for like a very because I was so depressed, I couldn't maintain like an actual relationship with anybody for a very long time. So I went through high school. I basically went through all of high school fucking single, depressed, and sad, and lonely, and feeling like nobody wanted me because I was ugly and yada yada yada. And then I got out of high school, and then I got into a relationship that lasted almost a year. I didn't even date her for a year. We dated for like 10 months. It wasn't even a year. We dated 10 months. And that was like the most serious shit I had because we were out of high school and we were technically adults. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, so what you were talking about was what you noticed while being in the relationship. One thing you took from it, which kind of talks about what we were talking about earlier, as far as learning from repetition and learning from being in a relationship, learning while being in a relationship. And you were saying one thing that you wish you would have did, I believe. For me, I wish that I would have known now, because like now with the woman, I can step away. I know at what point I need to step away.
Like from the relationship as a whole, or like to collect yourself? Like if you guys are okay, both, okay.
Both. Where I realized that I messed up with my ex is I did not pay attention to the signs that this isn't going to work at all, nor did I do what I needed to do to make it work. So as far as talking shit out, I still suck at it. Like, I suck at talking shit out. With, like, the homies, if someone fucks up, I'm gonna tell you right then and there. It's very simple. But when it comes to a woman that I care about, I feel like so many different things go through my head. Like, I can't say this because that's gonna upset them. I can't say this because then I'm going to get upset. And I can't just not say anything because then nothing gets solved. And so I feel like thinking about all those different things kind of fucks with the whole momentum of me wanting to talk about it, and then I kind of just shut down, which I know you know that, and I know that you've done the same. We kind of just shut down.
Yeah, my biggest thing was I thought that because, again, and I think that the reason why I was this way in the relationship was because of how I was as a kid and how that shit developed, and I never like addressed it, was I always thought that if something happened, if there was a conflict or if somebody had an issue and they brought it up to me, I was the issue and I should remove the issue, which it would be myself. So just remove myself entirely because people are mad at me, don't want me there, whatever the case may be. I always thought that I was the fucking problem. So like, for example, I'm not gonna say I do this a lot, but when I was in the car after we dropped off Josh, I may or may not have gone to our messages for some undisclosed reason, and I was reading through them bitches, and
okay, I listened to a voice message a couple weeks ago.
I was reading our text, and she basically said something, and I was like, yo, what's wrong? I was like please tell me what's wrong. I was like, if you're in pain, let me shoulder that pain as well. I was like, please tell me what's wrong, which is a good first step, so I'm proud of myself for saying that. But after she told me what was wrong, I was like, what do you want me to do to help? I was like, how can I help you? I said, and this is where I fucked up. I said, do you want a therapist? Do you want a counselor? Do you want medication? Do you want me to fucking disappear? I didn't say fucking, but I said, do you want me to disappear? Those are the things that I listed off. Now, the first part was good because I was like, hey, you're not alone. Let me help you, whatever the case may be. But the second part, reading that as I am now, I was like, Eric, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? I was like, really? I was like, really?
So, what I was saying about the whole talking things out
your
thing.
Girl?
Yeah.
And she's like, Eric, I just need reassurance, bro. That's all she wanted. She's like, she literally said, I just need reassurance.
So, even though me and this previous person that I was just talking about were not in a relationship, they were kind of moving in that way. But when I was sitting out on that porch, I had the chance to do better instead of just shutting down and pushing people out. I had the chance, and I even thought about it too. In that moment when she came outside and said, hey, is there anything I can do for you? Are you okay? Do you need me? Do you need someone to talk to? Do you need food? Like, do you need anything? No, I'm okay. In that same moment that I said, no, I'm okay, my brain said, no, tell her you're not okay. And I didn't, and I just shut up anyways. And I'm like, still not worked over that, which shows even after 3 years now, back in and out relationships, I'm still not able to confront I'm not okay, or at least telling people that.
See,
and
the
it's
thing
so difficult.
With me, I think I passed that point where I'm not able to say that I'm not okay. I think I passed that where I'm able to if someone asks me, "Hey Eric, are you okay?" At that I'm able to say either yes, no, I don't want to talk about it, whatever the case may be. I'm able to say it, but after that, don't expect me to say anything else. Like I can get like, "Hey Eric, are you okay?" No. Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Nah. Not right now.
When
It'll
you
be, give
shut
me a
down,
second.
does your mind go blank?
No. If
No?
like in a good example
Hold on,
is
hold on.
Mhm.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
me and her got in an argument one day, and I was on my computer, and we said something, and we didn't like really argue a lot, but this was one that got like really serious, and I was on my computer, and she went into the room, and she came out and she sat with me. She was like, "I just want to talk," and in my mind, everything that I wanted to say at that point, it flowed in my mind, and everything I knew what I wanted to say, and it like subtitles. Everything that I ever wanted to say ever would pop up. But if I tried to speak, I literally could not say anything. So if she would say something, I would respond to it in my head and so on and so forth, but I could not say anything.
I figured you were going to probably say that because I was going to elaborate, but I figured you were going to say something along the same lines. When I shut down, I can still think of all the things that I want to say, but most times if I'm being forced to talk about it, they come out in the wrong order. So I usually... It's not that I go blank, it's that when I shut down, I'll try to talk, but then when I try to talk and I hear it's not coming out right and they start getting confused, I'm like, okay, I'm a dumbass, so I'm just gonna shut up now. And then it resorts to me completely shutting down. But, yeah, no, I'm still not able to tell anyone when I'm not doing okay. Like, if anyone here, any of friends here, if they're like, "Are you doing all right?" It'll be a full week too where I haven't talked to anyone. I've just been sitting in my room. It'll be a full week, and somebody be like, "Are you doing all right?" I'm chilling, bro. I'm just sitting inside, minding my own business and enjoying my own time alone. Not at all. Not even one bit. I don't want to be alone at all. But gotta do it sometimes.
See, the thing with that though. Go ahead.
I don't know how to conversate it at all.
Even
because also it doesn't seem genuine too with a lot of people here. Go ahead.
They seem fake, like when they ask you what's up.
When I get asked how I'm doing here, it's more like they
like a
kind of already know that I'm not doing okay, and they're expecting me to be like, no, I'm not okay, or expecting me to be like, yeah, I'm fine. But it seems like every time that I have been like, I'm honestly not doing that well, it's either resorted to an immediate solution, which I don't want a solution. I know what I need to do. I just need to do it on my own. I'm not looking for a solution. I want someone to talk to. So it'll either resort to someone trying to give me a solution, or it will be someone trying to relate their problems with mine, which in some circumstances that's okay. But in a scenario where I'm genuinely not doing okay, and no offense to everyone here, I've been through a bit more than everyone else here.
I would say
so.
That's true.
It's different. So when they're trying to relate to me, I can appreciate them trying to relate to me. But at the end of the day, you can't relate to me. So you trying to relate and saying your problem sounds like you're just trauma dumping now, which makes my brain go, okay, they have something going on, so let me help them. And then I just put my shit off again.
Yeah, I learned in one of my not even psychology classes, one of my communication classes, that when it may have been from a lecture, but when you are giving advice, or if you're trying to make somebody feel better and they try to give you they like give you a scenario or like an event or situation that they've been through and you've been through something similar, as soon as you compare it to yours, you're immediately taking away from their shit. You're focusing it on yourself, which is why when I won't say I do it all the time because I'm human or whatever the case may be, but when if you come to me for advice, if I've been through a similar situation, I'll say it's not for everybody. For me personally, this is what worked for me and may be able to work for you, but if it doesn't work for you, this is what you could do. Here's a different avenue for what you can go through. Or I try to make it feel, I try to give advice to where I relate to you more on like a personal or emotional level, so you don't feel so alone first. Then I go and approach it from a different direction. That's how I feel about my advice. But what were you saying?
Which part?
The very beginning part before I asked about people there is like if it feels like a chore.
Not being able to talk about it.
Yeah, even in moments where I find myself not being able to talk about things, I can at least admit to myself that I'm not okay.
Yes, so I have been able to do that. When
Okay.
someone like wants to ask me if I'm doing okay,
Mhm.
even though I'm not able to tell them I'm okay or tell them I'm not okay, I know in my mind I am not fine.
Mhm.
But I'm just not able to converse it.
Yeah, because the more you
But
try
I-
and tell yourself, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, when you're really not and you need to like sit there and break down for like a minute.
It just makes it worse. It makes it so
Yeah.
much worse.
Yeah, it makes, because you keep trying to, it's like a dam with a leak and you just throw some flex tape on that bitch and you're like, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. You keep stacking that bitch and then all of a sudden, boom, that shit comes squirting out and you're like, ugh. Sad as hell, crying and shit. Crying and shit.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely doing better because I'm able to acknowledge I'm not okay, and I've definitely been going through shit better alone, which I would like to be with someone and do it or have someone be able to talk to, but I am at a point now where I know I can get through it alone.
That's good though. That's really good actually. Because
with
I
the
cannot
whole-
say the same thing. Because I cannot say that.
Like this past week, when I went and technically babysat, but I was the sober one, no drinking. This entire week, the Thursday till Sunday, there was drinking.
Nigga,
And
I
was
thought you was
around-
talking about actual babies. I was like, what the fuck are the kids
No,
drinking,
no,
nigga?
no,
I was like,
no,
what
no,
the
no,
fuck?
No. There was drinking from Thursday until Sunday, and I've been around
God
it
damn.
the entire weekend. And I've been doing fine with it. Like, I definitely get some anxious moments, but I'll just walk away. I'll just walk away for a little bit.
Good.
Funny, little off topic. Funny. We were at the concert, and they were passing around drinks, and I kept getting passed a drink, and I'm like, no, I'm just looking at them, and they're like, just hold it. I'm like,
No, nigga, pass it to him.
give it to him. And he's like, she's gonna spill it. I'm like, that's your problem, not mine. I
Real
didn't pay
shit.
for it, nor am I gonna drink it.
Real
But
shit.
it got to a point they kept passing me drinks. I walk away. I go to the bar, and the lady looks at me, and she's like, honey, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm alright, just tired. She was like, do you want anything? I was like, no, I don't want to.
You got Coke.
No, I ain't trying to spend the money because they had the water bottle for $5 fucking.
$5 for water bottles.
Wait,
Robbery.
what?
That's
like,
what
I'm not.
This nigga Angel said nothing this entire hour and 12 minutes, but wait, what?
Bro, why
But no,
would they cost for water, bro?
But she
That's
was
California tax.
she was like, what? She was like, what do you want? I was like, water. She's like, okay. She gets me a water, and she was like, don't worry about it. I was like,
Hell, was she black or is she white?
you white.
Oh, I thought she was black.
I
I was
was
gonna
like-
say, hell yeah. Nigga slurp that shit down, ice cold. Still got the
She's like, it's-
precipitation.
She's like, it's fine. I was like, and I just
I'm fucking
chugged the
weak.
entire water. I just chugged that water. I was like, can't take it back now. What was I saying before this? Oh, the drinking. So I've been doing a lot better. And one thing that does help is that there have been people lately that have been complimenting my self-control. Even though, granted, how old am I? 21, going on 22. So it's taken.
Damn.
It's taken 6 years to have that type of control. It's okay. Fuck you. Nigga.
That's good though.
it's-
That's positive reinforcement. That's also a psychology thing.
Yeah. So it's good. It definitely helps hearing people be like, Darren, your self-control is like amazing. When they're like, I couldn't do it. I'm like, don't do that because it sounds like you're putting me on a pedestal above everyone else when I don't want to be on a pedestal above everyone else because everyone has their flaws. But hearing that I have good self-control definitely has helped a lot. So I've been healing on my own and doing it on my own, but the reinforcement has helped a shit ton.
That's good. Yeah, I found myself in a situation like that where like my not like I don't have like any addictions or anything, but like who I am as a person and like the growth that I've gone through up until this point, like since my breakup to this point, was tested, and I didn't like revert back to my old ways. And one of the coworkers from my old store, my old store, the one that I used to work at in Augusta, they picked up a shift at this store. It was just one random person that I barely talked to. They're like a side character in like chapter 7 or some shit. They came to the store and they're like dropping all this fucking lore on me from the store, from the old store. They're at a different store now, but they're dropping all this lore on me from the old store and all this other shit. And instead of me playing into it, I was just like, nice. So how are they now? And by they, like my store mom, I was like, how's she doing? They're like, oh, her house burned down. I was like, damn. I was like, her house burned down. I was like, yo, if you see her again, tell her I said I hope she's doing okay. Things will get better, you know, shit like that. But she was like, oh, I love it, Eric. I get to drop all this lore on you, all this drama, and I don't have to suffer the repercussions. And I said, listen, I want you to know that I don't care. But if you want, I was like, if you want to tell me, cool. But I don't care. I was like, I do not give a shit. I really don't. I was like, listen, bro. I was like, everything has been taken from me. Everything that I care about has been taken from me. No, and I shit you not. I said this word for word. I said everything that I love has been taken from me. The light in my eyes have left. I have nothing left right now. I was like, so whatever you say, just know that I don't care. Thank you for opening up to me and telling me, because I want to be a psychologist. I want to be like, you know, someone that can do that. But I don't care. Like, I really don't. I don't care anymore. And like, not enough to like let it consume me if like I hear some bad shit about someone. I'm like, I'm like, no negative about it. My bad.
The dudes here, everyone here that I've been hanging out with lately, like over this weekend, they all were talking to me and they were like, Darren, we're so glad you're here. Like, thank you for not judging us and treating us differently because of like how much we party and all this and that and like how we act when we do party, and like thank you for not judging us. And I was like, I literally don't care.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't care.
I literally cannot find it.
Like, you don't spread rumors and you don't. I don't.
What do I gain from that? I don't gain shit, nigga. I'm not happy. I'm not gonna get happiness talking about your life, nigga. I want to be happy. I want my life to be good. I don't want to talk about yours. I want to talk about my wife coming back. I want to talk about the bitch from chapter 1 coming back. That's what I want. I don't care about your fucking you got partner of the quarter because you told everybody to vote for you because no one actually votes for partner of the quarter. I don't care. I want my fucking wife back now.
Oh my god. So, granted, I'm still putting myself in a position where they think I'm the one, or not think, but I'm putting myself in a position again where I'm the one uplifting everyone else and not getting a chance to really talk about it, which it's kind of late for me to do it.
That's exactly why.
It's kind of late because now I've already gotten to that point, but I definitely did put myself there.
See, the thing though is I'm glad that let yourself fall apart just for tonight, because you will be quick to fucking
Sorry,
you'll be
Karma,
quick to
Summer
fucking
Walker came on.
Yeah, I know that shit. I'm listening to Help on repeat. Help. The reason why I said this is because I know you will be quick to fucking text me if some shit. If you're going through some shit, you like, I'll get that. Broom. Hey man, I fucked up. Can I talk to you? I'm like, all right, man. What's up? You will be quick to fucking text me.
Yeah, I'm not able to talk to them here about it because what happened when I told you what happened this weekend or a day or two ago, when I was not doing okay and I was at the bar and I completely separated myself, even though I knew they understood what was going on. I was like, nah, I gotta text somebody. I gotta text Eric.
He was like, you're the only person I can talk to right now. Please help me. Nigga, you text me. I literally had just touched down in bed. I turned my phone upside down. I went and laid my head down on my pillow. I was like, who the fuck is texting me? I was like, these niggas blowing up the group chat, and I just saw my profile picture for you is in high school when we did the Cholo day. So it's the beanie covering half your eyes, and then naming my name or your name in my phone is Juan with a taco and a chili emoji next to it, and I just see, please help me. I think I fucked up, and I was like, what did this nigga do, bro? At 12 o'clock, what could he possibly have done? I was like, what could he possibly have done? I was like, I have work in 4 hours. I was like, Darren, I love you. What's going on, bro? I was like, fuck it. What's going on, Darren? What's going on, man? I hope you're okay.
Oh,
but I'm glad that I am that person you could text at fucking 1 in the morning and be like, bro, please. That should say more about my sleep schedule.
Yeah, it's you or Steve, because I know y'all are the two people that are always up at that time if something were to happen. So y'all are definitely the two people I go to talk to. But Steve just been, he hasn't been doing all right. So I was like, I'm not gonna put shit on him. And then I was like, I feel like
right,
Eric.
Steve.
Oh God, I need to talk to Steve. He been playing too many video games.
That's probably why. Once I stopped playing League, I got so much better as a person.
Them video games stressing him out, bro.
Stop telling niggas to kill themselves.
Burn. But yeah, you're the number one. You're definitely the number one.
Said,
Easiest to go. Burn.
No, but I really that shit really hurt me, bro. I internalized my pain so much I don't realize that certain shit hurts me.
Oh yeah.
Then this is why I'm writing a paper for my English class, why we as a society need to stop reinforcing it, nonchalantness as a positive thing or as a thing to be attracted towards, because that shit is not good. That shit is not good.
Now
Being
I remember
nonchalant
where I
is not
put you.
fucking good. Show your emotions, bro. It is fucking okay. Show your emotions. If you
Now
have
I
an
remember
opinion
where I
on
was
something,
right.
say it.
So that same night that I talked to you, we didn't go home. We stayed out longer. And I was like, I need to stay out longer anyways because I'm not tired and I can't go to sleep because of what's going on. So we go to an after hours bar and I walk in, I get acknowledgement from every single bouncer that I see. The first one, I think he's the head bouncer. He talks to me, dabs me up and everything. I go to another one. I talk to him for a minute, keep it moving. And then a couple random people remembered me from the place before that, and because I dance and everything like that, they remember me from there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just get a lot of acknowledgement. I literally go and sit in a fucking corner like this. Quiet as fuck. I'm not looking at anything. I'm just sitting on my phone, or I'm just sitting there watching people play pool. I'm just quiet as fuck. Random ass people kept coming up to me, trying to talk to me, and they were like, "You just seem so chill and nonchalant, and it's so cool, bro."
Nigga,
and I'm
go
like,
the fuck away.
nigga, that's not a good thing. I'm nonchalant because I don't want to be around you, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Like I'm nonchalant because I got problems, bro. It's not a cool thing.
yeah,
Not-
we conflate nonchalant with chill.
It's really not a good thing.
I used to be nonchalant. I'm not nonchalant anymore now. I'm chilled now. But back when I was in high school and when I was in that relationship, I was nonchalant as shit. And I was only nonchalant because I don't want to say I was gonna say taught.
I've been taught.
Fuck you. I was gonna say I was conditioned to be nonchalant, but also because I felt that if I didn't have an opinion or if I didn't pick a side, then I wouldn't affect anybody's feelings.
Yep.
So, and even if back then, the reason this started was way back when I dated Kaylin, and every little thing that I did, if I had an opinion, there was one day we had an argument. It wasn't even that serious. It was over some small shit. I saw she posted on her story about to get a new boyfriend, taking applications, and I was like, what the fuck? She was like, I'm about to, and then in the next slide, it was like when niggas used to do the little dark squares and the text. She said, I'm really about to drop this nigga for real. I was like, bro, I was like, we've been dating for like 5 months at this point. I was like, you really about to drop me for an argument? And that was the first time in that relationship I ever expressed an opinion. And she was like, I'm gonna drop this nigga. So at that point, I was like, all right, never again have an opinion, ever. Because if this is what I get for having an opinion and speaking my piece, never fucking again. So at that point, I was like, I'm just gonna be a nonchalant nigga and never have an opinion about anything ever fucking again. And then I came into this relationship, which again, back to what I was saying earlier, I feel like a lot of things in my old relationship I never got over, I never dealt with, or I never addressed, and it bled into this relationship, and a lot of shit slid, and it really shouldn't have.
I really don't like her.
Did I tell you she tried to come up and have a conversation with me when we were at the lake?
Yeah,
I think, yeah. And I was like,
don't.
what the fuck are you talking to me for? I was like, she was drunk, but she was trying to have a whole conversation with me. I was like, nice. And I'm one of those niggas who has no bad blood towards nobody. I don't have no bad blood towards anybody. I don't have a bone of, oh, bye Josh. I don't have like a bone of hate in my body. None of that shit. I don't hold no ill will towards anybody except that one bitch. I hope you fucking die.
Damn.
Don't worry about it. But I was like, why is she talking to me? I was like, why is she talking to me? Like, what do you want? What do you want to come out of this? Like, what is your intentions behind talking to me? But I became nonchalant after that, and then when I got my relationship with my 2.0, she was like, do you just never have an opinion on anything? Like, you never want to pick a side about anything? You're just nonchalant? You're just never gonna pick anything? And I was like, I don't have an opinion. She was like, on anything, just anything. I was like, no. Like, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. Whatever. What do you want to do something tonight? Whatever you want to do. What should we should go out. What do you want to do? Whatever. Let's go see a movie. What do you want to see? What are you into? I don't really have a preference. But in the back of my mind, you cried and I couldn't. But
You died.
fuck you, bitch. I knew you would say it. But even when I was saying I don't like I don't have a preference, blah 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 blah, in the back of my mind I did have one. So she would say, what do you want for dinner? In the back of my mind I'd be like, I want your fucking gravy because that shit is good. Please keep. I still think about that shit to this day. Like, please make gravy. I like, damn, I wish I had her gravy. That shit was so fucking good. Or like her chicken parmesan, because she used to actually get like the chicken breast and cut that bitch up. Or she'd be like, what do you want to do tonight? And in my mind I'd be like, oh, I want to watch a movie and I want to cuddle.
Don't actually say it. Yeah.
But I don't say shit. I'm just like, oh, whatever, because I feel like my or even if you like ask for my opinion about something, like, hey, or if like we were having a conversation and I had some input that I actually wanted to give that would move the conversation to, like, in a productive way, I just, in the fear that it would fuck shit up or it would have her look at me types like crazy, I just didn't say anything. So there were so many words left unsaid in that relationship because I had a fear of a fear of rejection and a fear of my output being looked at as less than, or with the threat of the relationship ending because of some shit that I said that no one liked. So being nonchalant, it doesn't need to be glorified. It doesn't need to be fucking like nonchalant. I promise you, like 7 out of 10 nonchalant niggas are not actually nonchalant. They've been conditioned to be nonchalant. Because now I'm not. If you say some shit, I will express an opinion about it.
Yeah, no. That's how I am now. Like, I'm not acting like I just don't give a fuck about anything. Granted, there are times where I don't get involved.
Genuinely, yeah.
But it's genuinely something that I'm like, if I get involved, it's not going to be for the better. And it's not in a positive way, so I'm not going to be involved. So I'm definitely still nonchalant at times, but I'm nowhere near what I was. Like, when I was with my ex as well, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I don't know. Nor did I really want to do anything. But even when I did, I never said it, and I just say, I don't know.
And then you do a bunch of shit you didn't want to do.
Exactly. Then I end up doing a bunch of shit that I actually didn't want to do. But now I'm like, if there's someone around me, they're like, hey, what do you want to do? You know, I was kind of thinking we'd go do this.
Bowling?
Bowling? Question mark?
like Angel, when we left after seeing Josh for the first time, Angel was like, we should do bowling, and I was like, fuck no. I was like, nigga, I'm not gonna pay for something I'm ass at. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do bowling. I'm gonna pay $20 for some fat ass clown shoes so I can roll a gutter every other round. No, I'm not gonna do that shit.
Oh my god.
But if you would have asked me like almost a year ago, I'd be
bowling. Wait, when we went bowling?
I'm like, all right, I guess.
It was me, you, Angel, Elijah.
Elijah was dogging us.
Yeah, it was Elijah, then me, then everyone else.
Yeah, I'm ass at bowling. If you ask me to go bowling, I won't bowl with you. I'll
You know,
sit.
bro, I need Elijah to move back here, or move back to the States.
I was just saying
Me
that
and
nigga
Elijah
not
was
even
perfect.
in the whole homeland.
Yeah, me and him used to do everything together. Me and him would go do bowling together, just me and him. We had daily rituals that we would do. We'd be dancing and shit before we went to the gym, played basketball. Like, we did the same shit every single day. Or not the same shit. We did shit every single day. But yeah, no, I agree. I've definitely gotten to a point where I'll just blatantly say my opinion. Hey Darren, you wanna go to this beach tomorrow night? Go
Fuck
party?
no. What?
No. The fuck? We went there last time, and when we did, we had a terrible time. Why would I want to go there again? Oh, maybe it could be different. Fuck no.
Yeah. And bro, I'm so glad. I've been able to set goals for myself as a person and stick to them. Cause, like, prime example, when we went to the club, when it was me, Andreas, Carrington, and Ray, when we went to the club, first time I've ever been to a club, by the way. And I was like, I got work in the morning. Don't ask me to drink. I'll smoke, but don't ask me to drink. None of that shit, because I will not do it. I got work in the morning. And I don't drink, or I don't drink and smoke on days before I have work. So I have, say I'm off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday I'm not gonna smoke or drink because I have work Thursday. So if I have work the day before, I'm not gonna do any of that shit because I need to be sober, and I open in the morning, so I'm not gonna do some shit and then wake up at 4:30 after drinking.
Yeah.
So it was Ray and Carrington were drinking, and Carrington she is trying to get me to drink so fucking bad. This bitch is deploying nuclear tactics to get me to drink.
See,
Like,
I'm gonna be honest. That's not good to do at all.
like
That's
she's
not okay.
she's like,
bro.
Eric, I need you to be on the same wavelength as me. I was like, bro,
No,
invite me a day where I don't have work, please.
I'm gonna say this right now. After all the partying that I've been doing, if you need someone to be on the same level as you drinking wise or just energy wise, you don't need to be out because you're looking to find a vibe somewhere. You're not making one yourself, meaning you're really not having that good of a time. Because you're not doing
she
what
looked
it
like she
takes.
was chilling.
I bet she still had a great time. But what I'm saying is, go do what you want to do. You don't need other people to be on the same length as you. You don't need other people to be at the same level as you. And it's not good to try and get people to be
Try
on the
and
same
force
level as
people
you.
on the wavelength as you.
Because most times, if they're like you, if it's you who they know does drink sometimes, but you're not drinking, obviously you're not drinking for a reason, and probably shouldn't. So, yeah. Like when I was here, when we went out all this weekend, besides them passing the drinks, they were like, because they're so, two people, Josh and Zay, they're so used to me holding drinks for them and just drink, like us sharing drinks. Yeah, it's cheaper.
I mean, I get it, but I'm like, I could never. It took me so long to be able to get comfortable with 2.0 drinking from my fucking drinks. Then, like, after 4 months, I was like, like licking the straw after her and shit. But like, bro, she could drink a drink. She didn't even know. She would drink a drink, and then I would start slurping the shit out that straw, trying to get the residue from her. That was nasty. I shouldn't have said that.
But now, because they know I'm trying to not drink right now, they'll be like this. They'll go to Henry son and they'll look at me and they'll be like, "Fuck, all right, bro, my bad." I'm like, "You're good, dog. You're good."
See, at least they respect they know that you've made a decision, and they're holding you to that, and they're supporting it.
It's another thing with them because they're starting to understand when I set my mind to something, that's what's happening. And no one can change my thought process. If I say I'm not doing this, I'm not going to do it. So that's why I tell them to pay very close attention to my yes, no, and maybe. 9 times out of 10, if it's a maybe, it's most likely a yes. But if it's ever a no, that means no. So I'm not drinking this week. I'm not drinking the next week after that. I'm not
You're better
drinking
than me.
for a while. They'll be like, okay.
My maybes are definitely fucking no's most of the time. 7 times out of 10, my maybes are no. Hey man, you wanna hang out? Maybe. I'll see what I have going on. You will never get a response again. We was on the dance floor, and me and Andreas did not want to fucking be there. Andreas' tall ass is just standing there looking around, and I'm sitting there looking at him looking around. And Carrington comes up to me, and she's fucking drinking. She's like 3 drinks in. She's like, Eric, drink with me. And I was like, no, I got work tomorrow. She was like, drink with me. And she puts her fucking arms around me, and she holds the cup.
She does the drink.
She puts her arms around me, and then she gets the cup and she puts it like her face is like right here, and she puts the cup like right here as well, and she slowly starts tipping it towards my mouth, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I was like, first off, don't fucking do that again. Don't fucking do that again. Second. No. I'm not drinking. No, I'm good. Thank you, though. I was like, that. And she attempted that multiple times. She attempted that shit multiple times. She was like, Eric, please, just drink it just a little bit. Just drink it. Just drink it. Just a little bit. Just drink it. Just take a sip. Just a sip. Sip. I think I took a sip just because they were like, this shit's really good. And I was like, after that, because I don't even remember because I was so sleep deprived that night. But I think at most I took a sip just to see what it would taste like because I've never had any type of like actual like bar alcohol.
Yeah.
At the most though, again, I don't remember. Andres would probably know better than I do because I was so fucking sleep deprived.
Yeah, I haven't even taken a sip of anything.
Yeah, I haven't drank since like our lake day, and I didn't even drink that much. I smoked a lot, but I didn't even drink that much.
When I got back from being in Tampa with them, my aunt came up to me. She was like, I saw pictures of you taking shots and stuff for Zay's birthday. I was like, no, you didn't. She was like, I heard that there's pictures of you taking shots. I was like, no,
that
there's
ain't me.
not. That ain't me. I was like, I have not drank alcohol in 2 weeks. That is not me. She was like, oh, someone said that they're a picture. I was like, yeah, they're lying to you.
Real shit.
So like, that ain't me. Be minding my own business. I mind my business. Everybody else mind yours because obviously you don't know for real. That ain't me.
Yeah. But I'm glad I'm able to grow and be able to uphold that shit and not, revert back to my old ways. Because old me, if Carrington would have done that shit, I would have...
Yeah,
I would have chugged that shit. I would have folded. In the face of that.
Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten home safe if I didn't drink. Or if I did. We wouldn't have gotten home safe if I did drink. Or back to the hotel safe. Yeah, no, me a couple months ago. Yeah. Every time that somebody passed me a drink, it's empty, but here you go. Oh, another one.
This Canadian nigga. It's empty, but here you go.
There you go.
Hey, you want this, eh?
Appreciate
it, eh?
All right, there you go. Oh, another one? Appreciate it, eh? No ice.
Yeah, I got a long way to go. I'm trying to fix it though. I'm trying to figure shit out. I'm still trying to uphold my fucking values and learn my like fundamentally like who I am as a person, what I want to like. My thing now is I like genuinely like I have just taken on that dad role. I'm literally just like every time I talk to people now, I'm like, what's up, kiddo? They're like, I'm older than you. I'm like,
dude.
bitch. And
now that I'm like in the past couple of months, I've seen how much more responsible I've been and like just focused on what needs to be done. So like when we go out and stuff and I see who's drinking, I'm like, okay, I can trust him. He's not going to drink too much. Never mind. I see these three are drinking. I'm not going to leave him alone with these people. So I'm not going to drink. And I'm able to full on like say it and make sure it happens. Or when we're like, okay, we need to do this, this, and this, or like this is a good example. Say we're out partying and stuff, and someone we can't find. I'm quick to be like, okay, you stay here with them. You come with me. We're gonna go find them. Y'all stay here. We'll be back in 5-10 minutes. And I'm able to plan the shit out and actually make it happen. So I've been more the dad role and responsible lately.
I learned I had to grow the fuck up. Like I couldn't like I can't keep doing this kid shit. Like I need to like actually grow the fuck up. Like be an adult. Like tee up. Like not like no joke. Like jokes aside. Like tee the fuck up. Like I've gotten my school shit. Like if you would have told me to do school, like if you would have thrown me into college like 3 years ago, I would not have done it. But no. I get my college shit. Y'all like, hey Eric, you trying to jump on league? You trying to do some shit? I'm like, bro, listen, I got schoolwork. I'll jump on and like after I'm finished this assignment, after like 5, I'll hop on, whatever the case would be, I'll get my shit done. I'm never late on an assignment. I always turn my shit in and then I go to work. I've never been late to work. I always have gas in my car, you know what I'm saying? Like my car is clean. I can't say the same about my room, but I got a depression room though. I'm not gonna lie, this shit is crazy. It looks a little better though. It's just clothes. It's nothing.
To be fair, my room is like very extremely small, so it's kind of hard to keep it clean. Like one thing is on the floor, it looks dirty.
Yeah, I got hella clothes. Other than that, my room is straight. Maybe my bed. I got jewelry on my bed, but
like it was I think it was last week, I believe. One random night, it was like 1 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. I was like, I'm gonna get up and clean.
Nigga got that burst of motivation at like 3 in the morning.
Bro, I never do that. Or I'm like, I can't sleep. Might as well knock out some push-ups or something. I'm gonna go take a shower. Even though I've showered twice today, I'm gonna go take another shower. Soak in the cold water.
Did you use lemon juice?
Yes. From the armpits.
That's good for 24 hours, you know.
Right after I got out the shower, grabbed a lemon, squeezed it a little bit.
Hell yeah, seeds and all. Yeah, fucking.
Seed.
I go to work. I try. I don't really.
I'm so glad you did that.
You said, "Oh, seed." I can only imagine. What you? Some shit like that. Yep, nigga. Go to work. I talk to people, but not really. I don't go out of my way to talk to people or to like make people smile and laugh and shit now. Like I go, I do my time. If I say some funny shit, fine. If not, hee hee ha ha. I just listen to my music. I go about my business. Don't try to make nobody happy. Don't try to impose myself on nobody. Come back, do the same shit. And now I'm trying to just, you know, same as always, just trying to figure shit out. You know, work on myself, work on who I want to be, and I want to be someone who, and I told you this, and I think Angel may know what I'm talking about. He may have seen it, but I want to be someone who sees the world with kind eyes and who has the body to lift others up.
Dude, it's really weird. It's getting weird, okay? It's getting weird.
Who has, you know, a positive soul.
It's getting weird, bro.
You know. And one day, you know what I'm saying? I just hope.
Yeah. I'm literally word for word, bar for bar, same thing. Like, even when recent events happen and it seems like someone doesn't like me, I'm at the end of the day, I'm like, I hope the absolute best for them.
Real shit.
Someone didn't show up for Zay's birthday, and they should have. They really should have. But if they couldn't, I feel like, yes, they should have said something. But at the end of the day, I'm like, maybe they're busy. It's okay. Zay, don't worry about it. Don't stress yourself about it. I'm here. We'll have a good time. Don't be so angry with him. It's not worth it because you're just upsetting yourself.
Real shit. Don't
Like
stress.
just helping other people and then still having positive feedback on people who have done different things wrong, or like just trying to have a positive mindset towards everything.
Yeah, no real shit. I think since like a couple months after I've gone through the breakup, I've literally become less of a pessimistic person.
Oh.
Like nowadays I'm more like I've stopped thinking about how shit the world was and how terrible everything is, or how the worst case scenario will always happen. And maybe it's a coping mechanism. I don't fucking know. But I've started to be like, what is the best case scenario for everything? What is the best way to look at this? What is the best way to view this shit? Because I cannot deal with any more negativity. I can't. And my thing was, my sadness and my negativity was such a... I think and the thing is, I think that it was such a crutch for me, and I relied on it so much while I was on that relationship because I felt like it was my identity, that once I saw what my negativity and what my sadness could do, like the harm that I could cause with it, I was like, nah, this ain't it. Like as much as I like being sad, well, not sad, like I don't like being sad, but as much as yeah, exactly. As much as I feel comfortable being sad because I've been sad for so long, as much as I fucking find comfort in being sad, like I can't, like I won't do anything. Like I literally cannot finish it. I can't go nowhere. I can't make any meaningful relationships. I can't do anything. So I was like, what is the best way to look at shit? And so for the past couple months, I've just been looking at, like, I'm growth is 3-dimensional, all that good shit. I'm gonna fuck up and all this other stuff. Sometimes, like some days, my mornings will be rough as shit, and I'll wake up and like, damn, I miss her. Damn, I don't want to do this shit no more. I don't want to go to school. I want to fucking kill myself. All the other shit. By the time fucking 9 o'clock hits, I'm like, I'm good now.
No, actually, it's
good.
gone from, if there's one day that I wake up and I'm just like not doing okay, or at any point during that day I'm just not okay, instead of it being an entire week where I'm just like fuck everything, it's definitely like I fix it the same day. I've gotten to a point where I genuinely sit there and think, is it worth it? Am I actually upset?
Yeah, like
am I really,
how bad is this really?
How bad is it? Like, yes, I can be upset, like that's fine, but am I going to let it control the rest of my day? Is it really worth it?
Yeah. And there's some days where and this is why I'm glad I went to therapy, because I know now, like, there's sometimes, like, I cannot, like, actually maintain it because of shit. Like, my therapist said, what was it? I don't think she said bipolar depression. She said she believes that I have bipolar depression. I don't go to my therapist anymore, but she said, Eric, I definitely think you should get medicated. So that's enough for me to know that there's some shit wrong. But there's some days where like literally I will wake up super sad, and then I touch down over like a course of an hour. I am completely fine. I'm happy. I'm singing, smiling, dancing, doing the Millie Rock and shit. So there are days where I know like I can't fix shit because of my mind and how that shit works. But at the end of the day, there isn't a very long, like, I used to go months of just pure sadness and depression. And now if I go a week of just pure sadness and depression, that's a record. That is a fucking record.
That's a lot now.
So I'm doing a lot better.
That's good.
I'm just focusing on school.
We both are.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm proud of you. Same with you, Angel. Same with you, Angel. I know you haven't talked a lot. A lot, nigga. You haven't talked at all. All right, bitch ass nigga. You haven't talked, but Angel went back to school. Angel's working out a lot. He grew his hair out. He grew his beard out. You know what I'm saying?
He's been doing good with the losing weight. Staying
He's
on
been
top
trying.
of it.
Yeah, he's minus his fucking addiction to Pokemon cards. He's
Brandon.
and
he's
Hey,
been
Brandon.
doing better.
he stopped doing something else, and he's been true to it for a while now.
That is true.
which
That is true.
amazing.
That is true. And he got a new girl that he's talking to apparently. So, both you niggas, I'm proud of you because I've known you for a long time and I've seen
Oh,
you.
yes.
I've seen you at your fucking worst, and I'm glad to see you at your fucking best.
We getting there, but
Well,
the
as the best you can get at the moment, I've seen.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad to see that steady stream of growth. I'm glad to have been able to see it. But I'm trying to get there as well. I have days where I don't tell you niggas that I'm feeling like shit. Like last night when I left the Discord, I was crying, and you niggas, not you Darren, but Josh and Angel were fucking tearing me apart, and they don't even know. You niggas don't even know. I was sitting in this bitch crying, and you niggas is just pushing him down, just push him in, reach in and take his book out his locker. What's this? You niggas don't. I was crying. You niggas don't even fucking know. I was shedding tears.
They were just fucking.
And these
dying
niggas was,
laughing.
but the thing is, when I was doing it, I knew that it wasn't out of, like, they weren't making fun of me or they weren't doing it at a place of malice. Like, I knew that, but I just couldn't help but cry.
They were just being.
They were just
fucking
being
stupid,
dumb.
bro.
They were just being dumb, and they didn't know. But yeah, I was in that bitch just crying, and these niggas is like laughing and shit. I want to know what made them that sad. Like, all right, nigga. What does he have to be sad about? I wonder.
But I push him into a locker. I'll like pick up his
I want
diary.
you to know I recorded it too. When Darren was like, Eric, I don't know why your OBS isn't open. It was open.
Oh,
I was just
Really,
muted.
the whole time?
Yeah, it was. I was just muted because I was crying, but it was open.
I'm holding this for when I go to trial. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to. I think I'm doing all right. Right now, I wish I was. I wish I was working towards a relationship.
Yeah.
So I could be a dad. I really not just so I could be a dad, but I really want to. The way that I am now, I think that I could quite literally maintain a relationship for so fucking long at this point. Like, I feel like I could do it. Like, no matter what was thrown at me, I feel like I could deal with it. Like, I feel like I would be able to communicate effectively. I feel like I am in the position now where I understand so much more about love in general and how to receive it, because I don't think I knew how to receive love at fucking all. And I think that I know how to be more intimate and how to be more affectionate and to be more of a caring and loving partner. And I wanted to work towards a relationship. I don't think I will.
Even though.
But that's what I wanted to work towards. But not have school and shit.
Even though even though I didn't get the chance to say those things, I'm glad that I'm able to now. I know what I want. Like, I know what I want. If there's a girl that comes up to me and she likes me, but her values are different from mine and what she wants in life is different from mine, I know I'm at a point where I can say this isn't going to work because we don't want the same things in life. And I'm glad that I'm at a point like that now. It's still difficult, like, knowing if I care about someone. It's hard to let something go. But even still, like, I know I'm able to say, hey, this is not good, like, this isn't going to work, so we're gonna have to call it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm like that. I mean, I think I'd have to get to a point before I'm like that. I feel like I'd have to exhaust that, and I'd have to actually be shown that before I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can do this now. But I feel like that's also a piece of growth for me, to be able to say I don't know if I can do this. But I would definitely speak up before I get to that point. I'm like, I don't know. I can't. I don't know if I can't be in I can't look at women right now. I miss laying on her fucking tetas. I saw a text that said, "I can't wait to get off work so I can have you lay in my bosom." And then I texted back, "I would love that." And like some fucking like dripping emoji or some shit like that. Anyways, this yeah, I realize I really need to stop talking about it. Like I need to, as my mom said, Eric, get the fuck over it. Tee up, nigga. It's what's done is done. What's done is done, Eric. Tee the fuck up. She's not coming back, nigga. I guess I just need to convince myself that it'll take a minute. Anyways, do you have anything else that you wanted to add? We're at 1:55 right now.
Nah, nigga, I'm good.
You good?
God, yeah.
All right, cause I'm starting to sweat. I'm ready to take this fucking long sleeve shirt off, throw on my bonnet, and play some fucking ARAMs.
ARAM?
ARAM. That was me in that video. The thing is, I still remember what I looked like. I was like,
no. When you got the shard for the Kaiser skin.
Oh!
You just screamed and it was so funny.
Anyway, this was the After Dark Podcast episode 4. We will catch you niggas later.
Deuces.
Yeah, have a good night.